Hey YouTube, I think I'm just gonna get some introductory stuff out of the way really quickly here. My name's Austen, and I'm gonna be posting videos on here from now on. I think I'll just start off by saying that YouTube is something that I've wanted to do for quite some time now, and I'm finally able to make some time to get started with it and push a lot of excuses out of the way that have kept me from doing this for quite some time. Side note, this is the first thing I've posted, so be patient with me as I work through the whole setup and improving the content. If there's something that you notice that can be improved, whatever it may be, audio, etc., feel free to let me know. And if you guys enjoy what I post and want to follow along from here on out, you know where to find me. Without further ado, let's actually get to something interesting. So I'm going to load up the world with you guys here, and what I'm going to do is generate it with you guys. And 1.15 is out. If you can't tell, I'm playing in 1.14 because that's what Optifine version is available at the moment. So let's get going. Who even ever knows what to name a world off the top of their head? We'll go with Let's Play. Game mode survival, obviously. Something that's been on my mind for quite some time now to do is YouTube, so what better seed? No cheats, of course. Here we go. Awesome. Alright, not a bad spawn, not a bad spawn. First order of business. We're locking it in, committing. Alright. I don't know how many cuts I'm gonna make for this first episode. I'd kind of want you guys to be oriented in the world with me. I don't know, maybe that's not something anyone's interested in seeing. But I feel like for a first episode, it's kind of helpful. But who knows, if things get too dull, I'll make some cuts. Awesome, so the new sticks coming from trees thing they added is absolutely perfect for getting started, I think. It takes a step away anyway. Helps you get going. Actually, I don't know what I'm thinking. You could do it how it's intended to be done, or you could do it efficiently. Also, my apologies in advance. I'm sure commentary is not something I'm very good at this point. Hopefully that will improve with time. Stick with me, ladies and gentlemen. At some point, maybe I'll develop a personality. Anyway, while I'm gathering some resources to help us get started here, I think I'll just kind of go over my plans to get started here. So there is a lot of content of people playing this game, and I'm gonna do what I can to keep it fresh and interesting. My first idea here is that I think our beginner base is going to be determined by chunk boundaries. What I mean by that is whatever chunk we spawned in. I'll have to figure out what your spawn is. I didn't pay attention, but whatever chunk we spawned in, that's going to be the chunk that we build in. And the limit on that is we can't go outside of the chunk in either direction. but we can go up as high as we want and down as far as we want, which means building structure up or clearing land out, depending on what it is we're building or what look we're trying to go for. But we'll figure all that out in the future as we build and see what works best. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do cuts on in between parts, fumbling through inventory and stuff like that, but I'm not going to do any sort of cuts on me going through the world. That way we can keep up the whole you guys knowing kind of where things are at in the world, at least while we get started here. I'm not saying that I'll stick to that forever, but I think for now that's at least a good thing to do. I don't know why it is with me, but when I play, I always try to minimize the scarring of the landscape. So if you're wondering why it is, I'm like running around and collecting stone like some sort of unfocused maniac. I'm really trying to like make it stay natural looking. That's something I've always done anyway. I don't know why it just bothers me when people start hacking into the side of like mountains and whatnot and ruin the look. Okay, so first of all, let's get some tools going here. I think I will get some seeds and start up a farm, a little farm of some sort, just so we have something growing. Oh man, there's foxes already. Okay. I don't actually know. Can you... It doesn't look like you can get seeds from any of these. Wolves. I know wolves and foxes spawning like that together. There we go. Nice. Seems like it's not very smooth. Hopefully that looks okay when everything's done. If not, I'll have to figure it out. Try to smooth things up a little bit. Okay, that's not too sorry anyway. So I think I'm at maybe 47, 150. Okay. Ouch. I forgot to say that. Okay, this is... I feel like this is kind of breaking the rule of starting out in the one chunk thing. But for right now, I'm going to limit it to just this sort of thing. No worries though. We'll get our act completely cleaned up and back in our chunk. Get our act cleaned up and back in the chunk. So we're gonna start to death. We need to find something to eat. I saw salmon had spawned over here. Oh man, it's dark behind me. Oh, there's a witch hut right there. That's crazy. A sheep, that's good. We need to get those guys corralled. Wait, no, I thought I saw salmon over here. I hate to kill the sheep. I don't know why, that's something that I always do. It bothers me when people spawn in and they slaughter everything around them and then they don't have any animals left to breed. Even though they spawn. I don't know why it bothers me so much. It's just something I always avoid. Okay. I guess for right now, berries it is. Ouch. That is going to catch me off guard so many times. I'm calling it right now. I'll probably die to one of those at some point. I have no idea what that sound was. I've not heard that before. I wonder if that's the fox. Awesome. Okay, so that was food. That works. I say let's get to work on some wood. Okay, so this seems to go back pretty quickly. That's nice. Maybe it's possible we can live off that until we get our food situation figured out. I hear mobs. Alright. Well, okay, so I guess Optifine does the torch thing when you hold it. Is this considered vanilla still? Am I gonna get harassed? Oh, that's not vanilla. Okay. I say let's go in here and hide out. Until morning. Okay, so we've got some wood, some resources to work with here. And while I get organized here, I'll just explain what it was I was doing there. So obviously the first part I just had to gather some resources, but afterwards what I was doing is I was finding the spawn of the world. And I know you can find the exact world spawn or whatever by looking in the files, but I don't feel like that's necessary. We'll just pick a chunk where it spawned me in. I believe it was this chunk right here, if I remember correctly. If not, oh well. Pretty much the same thing. So this chunk right here is what we're going to be calling home for our starter base. And as you can see, I marked it out with some torches. These bushes, I feel like the dumbest person alive. I continue to walk into them. Anyway, so next thing on the list, I think, is to get a mine started. So a little trick that I find to be beneficial is instead of digging a staircase down, which I find extremely annoying, and that's generally what most people do, and I suppose it's all preference, but I find it to be, in my opinion, better to dig a 1x2 hole straight down all the way to Y11 and put ladders on one side and a water drop on the other. And in my opinion, this is way better than walking upstairs every time. So I think I'm going to get to work on that next. Okay, so after doing a little bit of mining there, getting the mine set up, the entrance anyway, and just gathering a few resources here, I think it's more than way past time that we get something decent to work with here. Let's do this for now. Okay, so we've stumbled across a mine shaft, which is pretty cool. I don't know how much of this I'm actually going to explore. I find mine shafts they don't yield a lot of profit really, considering the trouble. I also don't have any armor on, so if I find anything good, I'll let you guys know. Otherwise, probably gonna skip through this pretty quickly. Okay, so behind me there's a cart with a chest in it, and I think we're gonna crack that open, and then we're probably gonna call it good. I've got quite a few resources here just to get us started a little bit better. I'll come back for that. Whoa. I've not heard that sound effect, so that's crazy. I love that. Wow. Redstone. Nothing really all that great. Hoping for a saddle or something, of course, but I guess pumpkin seeds are always useful. We'll take all that. Anyway, I'm gonna do a little bit more mining here and then I'll be back with you guys. Okay, so I did just a little bit of mining down there, not a whole lot. Just something to get us started. We got a little bit of food growing down there. Again, not a whole lot, but that's okay. I think we're gonna call it quits there for the day. Before we do though, let's suit up, because we got some hardware upgrades. And I think next time we'll go to that mine shaft and we'll explore that first. I said that I was going to kind of skip over it because mine shafts, from what I remember, tend to be pretty lame, but it's been a long time since I've actually explored one, so I thought, what the heck, why not? What better time to do it than now? We'll actually complete it, and we can light it up on the way, which will be helpful in the future. Thanks for watching, guys, and if you did enjoy that and didn't think I was total cancer, feel free to come back again for the next one and follow along. Next time we will be doing something with the house. We are sticking to the one chunk deal, and there'll be something to look at by the end of that one. Anyway, thank you guys.